Hello, my name is Ash, or you can also call me by my full name, Asher. I am someone who has never shown my true self. I've never really publicly or told anybody really what I'm like or what I strive for or what I think, how I act in a real setting. I usually keep this logical, this more, you know, blunt ish persona to myself. I don't share it. I closet it. I've been like this most of my entire life where I never show anybody what I'm truly like in any capacity. I've always been shy. I've always been closeted. I've always been, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I put on a persona that is not my own. That is not who I truly am in my core beliefs or anything. Even my entire speech pattern at this moment is completely different than anything I've ever shown publicly on camera. I speak with more emphasis. I speak with more, I guess you could say, intelligent words, or more direct and not profound, but just more logically standpointed words, I guess you could say. Why am I making this video? Why am I doing this? Even if somebody nor nobody watches this video, it needs to be seen. I need to share it at some capacity. Maybe this will relieve stress in any way, shape, or form. I am someone who sees something, sees art, sees music, or hears music, and I can see it from more than just what I see or hear. I see beyond that. I can listen to certain songs, envision an idea in my mind, something that I imagine some others can just definitely do. I have so many ideas. I've had ideas for horror games, ideas for Nintendo-based things. I've had ideas for so many things: superhero, DC, Marvel. I just, I have so many. I can't even be focused on one. I've had ideas for games. Recently the Lego Batman 4, I guess you could say, game trailer was released. In its mechanics are very much like the Arkham games, but in a Lego format. About last year or the year before, I already had that preconceived idea in my mind and thought, if you take the Lego base art style and just make it like the Arkham games, you could have a Batman game that feels coherent but also just has that nice Lego touch of essence. Maybe like a Lego Batman Arkham game is kind of what I was thinking initially. And yeah, clearly somebody else also had that idea. There's no proof of this, and there's no proof that I could provide, but it's an example. I do wish to share some of my ideas with anybody who chooses to watch this. And yeah, technically there's no legal claims on any of the ideas I share, so technically you could steal literally any of these. Some of my ideas include, I think I shared info about Project R1. The idea behind the game has changed a lot, and I'm not going to go for the initial idea, but kind of the idea I have is a more cinematic kind of first person, game that's very, uses many different mechanics, and you're running away from just this electronic, just robot, but it's animalistic in its characteristics. It's primal. It's always trying to kill you. It's almost like a lion in the way it moves, but it can also just dig its claws into the wall and crawl on the wall towards you, chasing you, screeching like an animal with a robotic just essence to its voice, chasing you, hunting you down, but also having this more human side to it, this more almost comically psychotic side to this character. but it's not like, it's not like a mascot or anything like, Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's just this interesting idea I've always had. The current story I've thought up is it's government, you know, uh, it's a government robot that is meant to. It's almost like an assassin that they, used. I haven't really thought of everything, but that's kind of one of the ideas I had. I've had other ideas of remastering original N64 games, making them better, adding more features, updating them completely, stuff like that. I've had ideas to update the Arkham games, make films of the Arkham games, maybe using live actors or maybe reanimating them with better pieces. I've thought up of ideas like that. I've thought up of my own superhero characters before that I could use in the DC universe with the Bat Family, and that I'm not gonna name drop the character, but essentially he's almost like an equal to Batman, but he's similar but different in his own ways, and he tries to understand his villains almost like the Flash, but he doesn't always just try to beat them to a pulp. He tries to do more than just that. He tries to understand them, talk to them. He does more than anything, and I'm trying to think of other ideas I've had recently. Those are just some of the more recent ones that I've had, and and I've had so many songs that I've had an idea that I could use with them. Those are just some of them. Actually, it does feel quite relieving to announce these and just say them. Yeah. Talking a little bit more about myself and what I believe. I believe that as a human species, we shouldn't have to suffer. We should be able to live and strive without suffering, without having to experience suffering of certain elements of life. We should be able to thrive and live, and instead of trying to go towards war or try to go towards a goal that could lead to nowhere, our main goal should be to make a life that is consistent for ourselves, where we can just live and thrive as people, not have to worry about stupid, inconsistent, idiotic differences that mean nothing. We are people. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what fucking thing you have under your shirt. I don't give a shit. Nobody should care. You are a person at heart, and I see you as a person. It doesn't matter. It matters who you are inside. Your brain is your person. What you do, what you care about, what you want to do. That's what matters. That's what always matters. We're all people at heart. That's what I've always cared for. I love people. I love every single person in this planet. No matter how rude, no matter how evil. I love every person. And I want everybody to experience a good fucking life. I don't care. I want everybody to experience a life that is full, to get what they want, to get a life where they can live their best life, Not have to experience pain or suffering or idiotic people pissing them off. I love people. People shouldn't have to experience pain. Shouldn't have to experience suffering. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts.